Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ajeng Karani. This presentation I dedicate to my final project in Pragmaticus about Politeness strategy. Let's go. Here you can see the mind map that I have made for this material. Hopefully it can be understood well. Just go next. Politeness. Politeness in linguistic, a short overview. Well, we know what it means to be polite. Politeness is part of our social life, a principle of every interaction, encounter it every day, consciously or unconsciously. But what can we say about politeness from a linguistic point of view? Politeness is best expressed as the practical application of good manners and etiquette. And politeness can be accomplished in situations of social distance or closeness, showing awareness for another person's face when the other seems socially distant and described in terms of respect or difference. The important terms. There are several important terms to remember. Let's start with the term phase. Phase 1. Within politeness theory, the word phase doesn't refer to your actual face but to your public self-image that you have established for yourself and would like others to recognize. What's your social life self-image? What's your face? How do you want to others to perceive you? The next, positive politeness. Positive politeness strategy and action verbs or utterance that indicate tension is being tapped to the positive face once of interlocutor, often achieved through show of print lines. One type of action available to mitigate an inherently face straightening act. In the example picture, he wants to feel like he wants to belong. The desire motivates his social interaction. Within Brown and Levison politeness theory, we call this positive phase. But sometimes Tom's to be left alone and mind his own business. He values his independence, his freedom. He doesn't want to be told what to do and he doesn't want to be imposed on, and he's not interested in small talk. This is called negative politeness. Negative politeness strategy and action verbs or utterance that indicates attention is being paid to negative phase ones of an interlocutor, often achieved through so of difference. And the next, face threatening act. Face threatening act or FTA a speaker says something that represents a threat to another individual. And this picture situation, Lisa didn't make it to class last time, but she knows the Tom's notes are impeccable. That she really wants to get her hands on Tom's note. But her request might put Tom in some distress. He needs to make a decision. Will he share or not? That's why Lisa's request can be regarded as potential peace-threatening act. The next phase, saving egg, FCA. Saving egg is because say something to listen, a possible threat or to maintaining a good self-image. It means in social interaction, this phase might come under threat by other, and of course the other way around your speak act might pose a threat to someone else's public peace. Therefore, you can use certain language to listen the possible, which is called saving act. In the conclusion, politeness strategy can turn VTA act into face-saving act. The next, there are strategy positive and the negative. And the positive politeness strategy, she wants to appeal to Tom's faith. She wants to make him feel appreciated and show him that he is valued friend or group member. So, Tina choose language that creates closeness. Something different, Tina choose the negative politeness strategy. She doesn't want Tom to feel imposed on, so she makes it easier for him to turn down the request by using hedging and indirect language. She showed awareness for his negative face. The next three strategy according Brown and Levinson Paul and its theory. The arrow on the bottom shows the risk of face loss, and the right option in this decision tree is always the higher risk. The next, don't do the FTA and do the FTA. Basically, you always left with two options. Tina's first decision to make is whether to ask Tom in the first place. Maybe she decides not to do the FTA at all, then it's game over of Tina. But if she does decide to go ahead and do the FTA, she has two options again. The option is off record or on record. Off record is statement not directly addressed to another person. It means to formulate your FTA in a highly indirect. For example, Tina could simply cross her arm in case lonely at Tom's note and say something. Tina says something first. I wish I had notes from someone who was here. The advantage of this highly indirect speech art is that minimizes the threat to Tom's reaction. It's easy for him to just not answer anything to this case. He doesn't want to share his notes, but the downside is that Tom might not even understand what he's getting at. Maybe he is very willing to share but didn't perceive her speech art as a request. So let's say Tina chooses to go on record. So making her request very clear. On record is directly address the other person to express your need. Again, she has two options. Should she use reserve action or not? Let's say she chooses go without redressive action. This means that she does not pay any particular attention to Tom's face, neither his positive nor negative face. She does something like, but the downside, Tom is in difficult situation because Tina has made it very difficult for him to say no. So let's say Tina decides for redressive action. There is one more decision to take. Should she use positive politeness strategy or negative politeness strategy? Now, this decision really depends a lot on the context of the situation. We don't know who Tom and Tina really are, whether they are good friends or they just met a few weeks ago, whether they know each other, desire public self-image or not. So, depending on their relationship, Tina might want to appeal to this positive face. So she used a positive politeness strategy, or Tina wants to appeal to his negative face. So she goes with a negative politeness strategy. In this conclusion about politeness strategy, to sum up well, we have certain public self-image that we expect other people to recognize that's our face. In social interaction, this face might come under threat by other, and of course, the other way around, your speech act might pose a threat. Someone else public face. Therefore, can use certain language to listen to possible threat, which is called face-saving act. Choosing a word and speak up play an important role in realizing of lightning strategy. That's all for me. If any other something doesn't to make sense and understand, my apology for them. Goodbye. Thank you for kind attention.